everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make a shopping bag tote canvas. These are so cute and they're just shopping bags that I found in Poundland. Poundland have a wide range of these bags and they are so cute on a canvas. People get so creative with these bags. They make dresses, blankets, they make everything. It's so cute, but this is as creative as I can get. So basically I just cut out the bag and glue it onto a canvas. It's super easy to make and it's not actually that time consuming either, and they make such good things just to decorate in your house. So if you do follow me on Instagram, you will see that I've made a few of these Disney tote bags now, and people have asked me how do I make them. So I thought that I would make a video just to show you guys how I do it. So what you'll need to make these canvas tote bags is a shopping bag of your choice. It doesn't have to be from Poundland, but this is the one that I chose, the Evil Queen from Snow White. I love Poundland's new villain collection in these bags. I love these bags in general. I love the artwork on them. So it doesn't have to be Poundland. It can be any bag that you like, as long as you can find a canvas that will fit it. The next thing you'll need is a canvas. I bought this from about £2 in Tiger, and yes, it has black marks in it because I am reusing it. I made a bag, didn't like how it turned out because I didn't like how I unpicked the stitches. I've learned how to do it better since, so I'm just going to reuse it. Reusing is good. So the next thing that you will need is a small pair of scissors. I have gone for a pair of eyebrow scissors because I can't find any little scissors in this that go through the stitching as easy. And the next thing is a regular pair of scissors, but remember, if you are young and you are struggling, please ask your parent or guardian or an adult for help while cutting the stitches. I wouldn't want you to hurt yourself. And the next thing that you will need is some glue. I bought this glue from Poundland. It says PVA wood glue, but I really don't think that matters with these because it does the job. It sticks the bag down and they come out looking pretty great. So let's start. So with these bags, all of the bags, they come with a sticker and a tag on the top. You're just going to want to take them off because we don't need these on our canvases. So I just get a pair of scissors and snip that tag off. Make sure the plastic thing in the inside is gone. So the next thing that I like to do is turn the bags inside out. I think it's just easier. So this is the bag folded over, and the next thing you want to do is grab your little scissors and you're going to start unpicking the stitching. So the first thing that I like to do when starting these bags is to unpick the handles. I find these handles are the most challenging things on these bags to unpick. I think they're a bit fiddly, but once you get started, it really does go quite quickly. So the first thing that you do is grab your scissors and your bag, and you see where the stitching is. You just put your scissors just underneath one of them stitches and pull it out. Like I said, the first few stitches are the trickiest, but once you get going, it does get really easy. So once you unstitch this, the handle should just detach nicely from the bag instead of having to cut it off, and then your canvas has all this sewing work on it. We don't need that on a canvas. So once you've unpicked your little diamond square thing, you're left with just the handle, and the next thing you want to do is just unpick all the little stitches out there to let the handle easily just fall off. And just like that, the handle is off the bag. The next thing we do is do the exact same thing to this side to deattach this bit of the handle. And now you are left with a handleless front side of the bag. The next thing we are going to want to do is, you see this is all starting to come up. It's all folded over. We need to pick the stitching out across this top seam so we can get that nice and open. And now we have this top bit of the bag is all open like this. So the next thing we do is go down the side and now unpick all the stitching that is down the side of the bag. You just take out this bottom line just here and it should just start falling apart. As you saw on the top, once you start getting in with these stitches, you can just pull it after a while. It comes loose very easily, so it's not much of a problem. So one side of the bag is fully unpicked. You'll have loose thread, but honestly don't worry about that. It can always be trimmed off afterwards. And we go to the next side of the bag and do the exact same thing. Obviously this side of the bag has the label on it. I just like to see what happens when I unpick it. If anything, you can always unpick its stitches from there or just cut it off and then unpick it. It's completely up to you and what you choose to do to get rid of the label. Right, so now you should just be left with the front side of the bag and all this excess bit at the bottom. We will deal with this excess bit later. So what we do now is you're going to grab your scissors and any long threads, you're just going to trim them off because you don't want them getting on the canvas, getting on the glue. It will get a bit fiddly after that. We'll pick it all off. So just get them and trim any loose threads that are on your bag still. So I'm not very artistic, but this is as good as we're going to get. So we're probably doing it wrong, but this is the way that I do it. Any way that really works for you, but this is the way that I find easiest. Just go all trimmed. So we're going to set this bag aside. We don't need it for a moment. And we're going to get our canvas. Some threads have already stuck to it. Great. So you get our glue. And you just put a layer of glue all around the border of the canvas. And then afterwards you can get a paintbrush, a glue stick, or your finger in my case, because I just can't find my paintbrush right now. So I'm just going to smear it around the edges with my finger and leave it to get a little tacky. Once you've smeared it across the edges, you can get some more glue and just pour a little in the middle, and again, just smear it out. You don't need too much glue, but you like a fair amount on there. So once this is all smoothened in, you can grab your bag and stick it directly to the canvas. Just leave that for a second to get tacky. So what you're going to do is grab your canvas bag and line it up to your canvas. Don't push it on yet. Make sure you've got the positioning to where you want the bag on it. As you know that some of these bags will get chopped off around the canvas, but it doesn't look bad. Like, it can still look good, but they are quite big, these bags. So once you're positioned where you would like it to be, if you've got designs on the bag and you want that on the canvas, just pull it across a little. And once you're happy with where you've placed the bag, I'm going to pull mine down a little, stretch it out. Yep, once you're happy with the placement of the bag, you can just start to press it down onto the canvas to make sure the middle is getting nice and stuck down. So the next thing we're going to want to do is glue down the sides of the bag. Obviously this is too much bag here. We're going to trim it off at the end, but I just like to keep it off to see how much, keep it on so I can see how much I'm going to chop off in the end of it. So you grab some glue and you put a thin layer of glue across this border edge here. So this bit of the bag becomes nice and stuck down like that. So you just get your glue, nice thin layer. It really doesn't matter about how much glue you put on, but I do suggest always putting something down on the floor or wherever you're making it, because you will get sticky. And I don't want you sticking your bag to the floor or the canvas, or put it straight on your wall once it's done, because it can get stuck there too. I've learnt that. So what you do is just smooth this all out across the side, and you just wrap the canvas over. Push it down, making sure that it is all down. Like that. So the next thing you want to do is do that again to the other side. Turn it around, peel this back. glue. Again, you can use a paintbrush or glue stick or finger to smear this all in. I like to make sure it's nice and level, and I'm getting in a very sticky mess. That doesn't matter because I have a towel down. Smart. And you just wrap the canvas, or wrap the tote bag over the canvas like so. Now we're going to do the same for the top bit here. As you can see, this is starting to stand up. I will at the end flap these over, but I'll show you how to do it so it doesn't stand up like that. So again, get glue, a nice layer, and just flip the canvas bag over. Make sure it's all nice and stuck down. Right, with the bottom, because you have so much of this extra bag, you just flip it all back and pull this all out from the corners. And again, some more glue across this last edge. Smear it in and just fold your bag over. Once it is stuck down on there, you can grab a pair of scissors and chop off some of this excess bag. It's up to you how much bag you want on the back side of the canvas. I like to wrap a little bit around it, but it doesn't honestly matter. This doesn't have to be neat to cut this bag off because you're not going to see it. It's really not an issue if you can't cut in a straight line like I can't. So once that is off, I'm going to trim a little bit more of that. I want to wrap around a little. Now, you see, it really doesn't matter how it's going to look. So the next thing you do, turn your canvas to the back because we have all of this to stick down. So what I like to do is trim some of it off because we don't need too much on here, because we only want to stick a little bit of it down. Again, if it's not neat, it doesn't matter because it's just going to get stuck down. So the thing I like to do is get some glue and start putting it on the back of the canvas like that, smearing it in, put some down there, and just putting this on here. It doesn't have to be even, it doesn't have to be straight, it's the back, no one's going to see the back. So with the corners, what I like to do is, you see you have this thing flapping here. I like just to pinch it like this, grab some scissors, just snip it down a little bit, get some glue and put some glue on the fabric itself and just fold it over like so. Just press it there for a couple of seconds, wipe the glue on top of it, and then do the same for all four corners because they do stick up a little bit. So I'm already getting stuck to the towel. So again, you get your corner, a little blob of glue. Probably don't need any more glue, but I just extra with glue, and you just pop it down. So again, we have this bit which is the bottom of the canvas. Just smear some glue here, rub it in, and just pull the canvas over it. I've gone quite short for the bottom, but obviously you can leave how much you would like on the bottom. It really doesn't matter, it's just however you want to do it. So like I said, I'm not the most artistic person in the world. I could never achieve to create something really cool, but I think these look pretty good. And this way, it's not going to work for everybody, but this way works for me, and I'm sure this video will be helpful to somebody. Well, I hope it will be. So now you've got the bottom side stuck down, you're going to do the same for the top side and the last side here. So just do the side, rub it all in, and just, oh, that's a bit much. So if you see it's still a little bit too much, just take your scissors and just trim it down. Don't need all that. So again, just fold it over. I think this is even still a little bit long, but I'm just going to work with it. and you just push it down onto the glue, and we do the same for this top bit. I'm just going to let this wrap in. You can push it even under the wood if you like. It's completely up to you how you make the back of your canvas look. I'm not too fussed. So again, with the corner, just fold it in and place some glue. Again, the last corner down here, another blob of glue, and just put it on there. Just fold it in the corners. I've noticed I have a tag stuck to the top of it. Okay, and like that, your canvas should be done. Let's turn it around. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, it does. Oh, that's really good. So yeah, I made an Evil Queen canvas. I don't know if you can see it. Let me push this so you can see it. Here you go. Oh, this has just made it worse. Hang on, turn this up. So here it is. The Evil Queen canvas that I made is going to look absolute great on the wall. And now I'm just going to go and put it somewhere to dry. So leave it to dry on a flat surface before you put it anywhere, because it does dry very sticky and you don't want that getting stuck to anything, because it is really hard to unstick it from something, and that's from experience. So here it is. I'm very proud of this. It's amazing. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video is helpful for someone, because these are super fun to make. They don't take a very long time at all, and they do make such cute house decorations. So thank you for watching.